Hi, welcome to part 3 of the video series how to make my very first epoxy coffee table. In this video, I will show you how I calculate the amount of resin to pour into the river, and how I mix the resin, and then how I decorate the entire coffee table, or in other words, like decorate the river with some rocks and fake plants and 3D sticker fish. uh, so I bought these slabs inside, put that into my living room here to do the resin pouring, because right now outside the temperature is still under 70 degrees at night. So according to the instruction from the resin company that I bought from, they say recommend like the pouring degree between like 72 degree and 80 degrees, something like that. So I think that would be best to take these inside and then do the pouring from in the inside there in my living room. um, and then I made these cap these bar here, and then I clamped this one down just so to make it completely flat against the form here. And one thing to note that I also tape underneath the box, or whatever you can call it, like this piece of wood here. So I tape underneath that with the packaging tapes, just so like if the resin get inside of these, it won't stick to this one, and then I can take it out easily later. Then the other thing is I had to do is just I want to make sure this one is completely level. So you can see, so right here it is right in the middle, and there is no space between that leveler and then the surface of the slab there. The first thing I will do is I mix some thin coat of resin, and then put around the edges here, just to prevent any bubbles later on coming out from the wood later on when I pours like a thick coat of resin into the river here. And then I also need to fill up all of these holes here, as you can see. And then once I'm done, and then I have to let it dry for at least a day or so. So I just mix some resin and then the hardener together here, just a little bit to pour into like all of the holes on the slabs and along of the edges. And from what I have seen on the YouTube videos, they recommend like pour into the resin, mix the resin in like a round cup like this, and just mix slowly and around, and then you need to scrape all of the along of the bottom here, along of the cup, to make sure everything mix equally. I also the recommend time of mixing is between 3 and 5 minutes. So I had my timer here. I set that to 5. Let's resume that. So right now I still have about 2 minutes and some seconds to go. So just want to ensure like I mix in the exact time interval. So cap slowly to avoid some heat between the resin, within the resin I mean. So I finished brushing the thin coat of resin along those edges there, and then I also finished filling up all of these holes in there. So I have to leave this one dry for at least a day until tomorrow, so I can continue to work on all of the decoration on the river. Oops. So to brush along those edges, I use the foam brushes that I bought from a Dollar Tree for like $1 for a bag of 5 of these. So just save some money if you compare that to if you go to the home improvement store and bought these. So this will cost much more at the other big box home improvement stores. The same for this one. I bought this one at the dollar store for $1 each. And then I use the pen stick here to drip down all of the resin to fill up all of the holes here. So I just pour a thin coat of resin about 1/8 of an inch along the river here, just so to make up the a hard bottom first before I put some decoration like rocks and some aquarium decoration along here, along with the fish stickers. So I have to wait until this resin is dry before I can do the decoration here. So I just drew a picture of the the coffee table, like the shape of the river and the length of each of the sections here, so that I can estimate like how much of resin that I need to pour the whole table. So you can see, so I divide the whole river into 6 sections here, label them like A B C D E F, with the length like the 15 here is there like this length, and then the 6 inches is like this length here in a rectangle shape. And then the 1.7 here is the thickness of the slab here. So it is the real thickness is 1.5 1.5 inches, but I have to add in the the thickness of the resin that I pour over on top of these slabs here. So and then plus 4 sides of the table. So then I estimate around 1.7 for the thickness, and then so this is how I calculate that. So just take the length multiply by the width, and then the depth. So then this is what I got for the cubic inches here. So I just do the same for the other sections. And at the end, so this is what I got for the cubic inches, and then I convert that to gallons, to US gallons. So around 3.569 gallons for the table of 2 feet by 4 feet and 1.5 inches deep, thick. So I round it up to about 4 gallons. So this is, I think, like this is the total gallons that I need for this coffee table. So this is the resin that I use to pour on the coffee table. These I bought these from Amazon. So each of these is a 1 gallon bottle. So this is the tabletop resin. That means like it has a ratio of 1:1, meaning 1 part of the hardener and the 1 part of the resin mixed together in equal part. And this is, I bought these for around, I think around $80 or something on Amazon. So this is the cheapest stuff that I can find on that website. The other resin is much more expensive. And one thing to note that because this is a tabletop resin, unlike the casting resin, which you can pour in the much more volume of resin, these they recommend only pour in a small amount of resin at a time. So to me, I will use only maximum 4 cups of these hardener and resin mixed together and pour one at a time. Also, the 4 cup is the largest volume in a cup measurement that I bought. So I can pour like multiple times. That's no problem to me. Okay, so this is the fun part of doing the decoration for the river. So I got a whole bunch of the fake plants from the aquariums that I used to own before, and all of these lotus fake plants here. Then I got these are the landscaping rocks from the outside, and these are the rocks. It has the color of gray, but I mixed these with the white paint that I have at home, so to make it white here. So instead of going buy a new bag of rocks, which costs around $27 for the white bag of rocks. No, I'm sorry, the bag of white rocks. And also I got bought online a few 3D stickers here for the goldfish, which I want to put on top of the resin here. And we'll need a little bit help from my kids and my wife to decorate the river. So we just finished the decoration of the river with the rocks and all of the fake plants and some fish stickers, the goldfish stickers here. This is just the first layer of the fish, and then I need to put once this resin is dry, and then I'm gonna put another layer of this fish on top of that, the existing one, and then put a thin coat of resin on top of this, and then let it dry, and then put another sticker on top of that, and so on and so forth. So we got 9 goldfish in this river or this pond here. These also the landscaping rocks in my backyard, and then I also have some moss on top of that. This is real moss. A couple of things that I like to mention. So when we put in all of these fake plants and the rocks here, we had to make sure the height of these plants is not over higher than the height of this surface here, the slab here. Otherwise, when I pour the resin, then these plants will stick out. So we need to make sure very carefully, like everything is kept under the water or under the resin. And the way I make sure like nothing's higher than the the thickness of these slabs here, which I can use the leveler and make sure across two slabs here, and then to make sure nothing touch the bottom of this leveler here. So this is a complete epoxy tabletop. So after I pour like two times the flood coat of resin on the top here, so finally I got everything done for this tabletop. So, and the reason why I pour 2 times of the flood coat of resin, so I'll explain that in the next part of the video about all of the mistakes that I made and lessons that I learned. But so far this looks pretty good. And now the next step that I have to do is to hook up this tabletop to table legs. And how I make that table legs, I will explain and show everything on the next part of this video.